Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the FTI podcast, coming at you live on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. We're gonna call it Twitter because screw that. Um, we are here for the season finale of the podcast for 2023. And we have some exciting news to go over as well. With us today, co-host Chris Durr is here, and our newest co-host, Daniel Burkhart, is also here, joining us for the 2024 season and beyond. How are you guys doing tonight?
I am good. I thought I had everything set up, and I did not. So, what else is new?
I'm good. Just relaxing and enjoying some dirt in December, and see how this weekend plays out with these guys.
And as you can tell, today is not Wednesday. Besides what it says at the bottom of our screen here, but we are here anyway, live on a Thursday.
A day late. Everything kind of just
a day late.
Yeah.
It was like that one episode back in, I think, March or April. We were like, it was episode 7, I think, and we were like 4 days later.
Well, we were doing it on. We started doing it on Monday, but the problem was so much stuff would break through the week that like it was just easier to do it on Wednesday because it gave us more to talk about, more to digest the weekend than just trying to rush on Monday.
Yeah, Mondays were really hard, especially like you coming back from a weekend, especially when we started like our big summer time where it's like, okay, we're getting in really late on a Sunday night or something, or we had like a busy racing weekend, and then it's like Monday.
It's too much try to process that quick.
Yeah,
especially when you're trying to do everything else and getting back to work, and then going straight into it on a Monday evening.
And then we're either like covering an event, so we didn't have a chance to watch like the other series that were racing that weekend. So trying to catch up, like, oh, we're at an IndyCar event all weekend, but we got to watch back the NASCAR race to see what the hell happened in that, and then re-watch the IndyCar race that we were at because we had no clue what was going on in that.
Yeah, you almost need to get like a little behind the scenes highlight thing, almost like the Wikipedia guy. You need that for all of the all the different kinds of racing.
Well, that's what my notes for the week on what I want to talk about ends up being just Twitter screenshots.
Yeah.
I'll just have like 15 Twitter screenshots. And then as we're doing the show, I'm like looking at my phone, like trying to decipher what that was. And but yeah, it's nice to have racing back on.
Thank goodness.
There's short. I know they got this weekend, and there's a midgets race, I think, on the 16th, maybe somewhere.
Tulsa's in a few weeks.
Yep,
Tulsa shootout, and then right into Chili Bowl. So I can't wait for the Chili Bowl.
Down.
And they're all on float. Thank God. Sweet. None of this dirt vision crap.
Speaking of which, like that's a good topic we can come into. I wonder if next year Flow is going to increase their price with having high limits, or B, Dirt Vision is forced to lower their price, because I just got the update email for Flow and it's $150, $159 or something like that for the year of Flow. And then I had looked that same day what Outlaws was, or not Outlaws, what Dirt Vision was, and it's $300 for the year, or $30 a month.
That
so will
crazy $300 a year.
Yeah, but then Dirt Vision didn't Dirt Vision also get they're doing Fremont now too? Dirt Vision by Fremont locally now too.
I don't know if that's come out yet of like who's doing
I know
what.
Sharon is.
Yeah, I know Sharon's a Dirt Vision track. And I know Dirt Vision does a lot of
new ones too.
Stuff.
Yeah, I mean DBC is on Dirt Vision.
I thought maybe Fremont was on there too, but I saw a bunch of stuff coming out with Dirt Tracker and all that other stuff too. So,
I'm glad you brought that DBC and their Dirt Vision thing every week. You know, they could put a little effort into that every week of like actually having something to talk about with dirt. Like,
I mean, the one girl's husband is literally
Chad
like
Boat. Yeah.
You would think that they would have a little. I mean, this week last week, whatever, they talked about dirt a little bit more.
Yeah. I was gonna say that's because they were a little looser this week.
Yeah, they need to drink every show. I know it's like in the morning, but
they're NASCAR people. They don't have real jobs.
Yeah, they're on Monday. They're done for the their week's over until like Wednesday or Thursday, so they got a few days to chill.
Who doesn't like a nice morning beer once in a while?
It's the best time to drink a beer.
Yeah,
I think that's one of the things I shouldn't say don't like, but I miss about like working events and not just going to them is not cracking a beer open at 9 o'clock in the morning when we track activities start.
Yeah.
That what was it? Would have been
don't
last.
Let anybody smell it on you.
2022 when I bought the Mid Ohio season pass. When I'd go down to club events, I'd stop at the gas station, the Loves, getting off the highway, grab a 6-pack of beer, pull in, and just start. I'd walk around because I didn't have, I wasn't on the hot side of everything. I'd just walk around with a beer in my camera and just because I'd go down by myself. I would just I bought that because I was like, oh man, I just need to get out of the house a little more. So yeah, that's what I do is I just go down there like 8 o'clock on a Saturday or Sunday and have a couple beers, take some pictures. That's what I did. And then, fate decided I should say your wife finally made me befriend you.
And then I was just like, hey, here's credentials. Never had met in person.
Man, I gotta say, when you watch these the TV's right here, guys, just in case anyone's like, why is he just?
I know I keep peeking over here.
I
saw Blake on the TV, and I know I'm gonna miss Blake, so I was kind of looking and seeing what he was doing.
But it's amazing when you see the crowd shots, how many people are wearing merch.
Yeah,
it's on Race Monitor.
I have.
Oh, it is cool.
Kyle's a nerd.
I will watch. I'm gonna watch the timing and scoring.
Kyle loves timing and scoring. We both have scanners when we're at the track, and he'll listen to the tower when we're at places.
It's so much fun to hear what they're saying. I don't know. I worked in race logistics for how long? Like 7 years. So it's and I worked in timing and scoring. That was my job, and so it's just interesting to me. I like procedures. I could be a race control person.
I love just having it on to hear what they're saying in the other classes sometimes.
Yeah, I like hearing how pissed Jason is at his staff.
What was it at? Was it at the last race, the blowout night 2, that people kept getting caught going pee while they were, supposed to be lining up?
Yeah.
There was Kyle, you told me this. There's 2 or 3 guys that were just happened to be going pee while they were lining up.
Yeah, well, didn't they switch the classes around a little bit that night too?
Yeah, they were a little different, I think, the order of events that night.
Well, I think they had wetted the track down during intermission or whatever during a break, and then I think they switched a class around because they didn't want a class to go right onto the street water, or I don't know.
Yeah,
it was weird. Or the one night where they did I think they had 8 street stocks and they did 2 heats, and God, Jason was so pissed at that. What the hell are we doing?
Yeah, they got to cut him some
heats.
slack. He's got enough he's worrying about, and got enough of getting him all,
man.
Getting
If
him
he
all
would
tuned
fire
up, and
all
he's
the
got us
people that
drivers
he
out there
says he's
doing
going to
something
fire, there would be nobody there. Thank goodness he has a second thought. It doesn't fire everybody that he wants to.
That would probably be me if I was running something.
They've been doing good though. Ever since I started racing there, they've gotten better and better every year with all that kind of stuff too. It's it's hard. I think they're getting. I think I heard them say they're doing some more speakers in the pits maybe, and trying to do a little bit some extra stuff. It's so hard to hear out there even when cars are running, no matter where you're at at the place.
What he should do, and I think Midville did this this year, is you get an FM transmitter. And
just have it on the radio station.
Yeah, you can just have it on a little radio, like a radio station that doesn't interfere with anything else, and then you can just have a stereo in your trailer or whatever and listen to it.
Yeah, I don't know. They're getting better. They're figuring it out too, and I don't know. It's getting about that time to get excited for next year, and seeing all the news all the time popping up every day on Facebook. You start seeing it and starting to get the gears turning a little bit.
I was having dreams about it the other night. Like I'm just like
You
itching.
might be a racing fan if
like I'm itching. I was like I was having dreams about like sleeping on my cot in my tent and stuff. That's how like it's only been 2 months, like maybe close to 3 since we did the dirt blowout. It's about 3 months, and I'm just dying right now. Like
my trigger finger,
my
shutter finger's getting antsy.
I've been trying to go to the gym and like work my arms from holding my 10-pound camera the whole time, and I'm like, man, I want to go out. I want to go out so bad.
I get to go shoot gymnastics this Sunday, so that's fun.
You doing photography there or just watching?
Well, my daughter is in competitive gymnastics, so I'm gonna go take pictures of her because I showed up to her mock meet and I didn't take my camera, and my mom was like, "What? You didn't bring your camera with you?" And I was like, "Geez, sorry." Like,
she also did that to me when I showed up to a birthday party.
Yeah.
And I was like, if I would have been told, I would have brought it. It sits in a bag right next to my desk. Although I don't know if any batteries.
Supposed to have it on you all the time.
So I got an amazing deal on a D500, and it came with a 50 millimeter and another kit lens type setup. But I think the deal might have been too good because it hasn't shipped yet.
It'll be like my Sony. My Sony took 3 weeks to ship.
Well, so I lost the bid that I was bidding on last minute too. Like that person must have put in their bid like 2 seconds before it ended, and it was like $5 more than me, and I was so pissed. It's like, you got to be kidding me. I've been sitting at top bidder for like 3 days, and you come in the last second and win this, asshole. But yeah, so I found one on Mercari, if you've ever seen that.
Yeah.
But I don't know how legitimate this posting was. Hopefully Mercari, if it doesn't end up coming, can give me my money back. But it was $365.
Nice.
So either it's fake or it's got a really high shutter count, or the person just doesn't know what they had. I hope it's just I hope they just didn't know what they had, because
I can't believe completely.
Hopefully it shows up.
I can't believe how rubbered up this track is already.
Yeah, it was getting rubbered up in the hot laps.
At
Are
least,
they just doing qualifying right now, or is it an actual race?
No, they're starting to race now.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was gonna say they're doing prelims tonight. Just wait till Chili Bowl, Kyle. It's just all week of just prelims and qualifying.
Yeah, it's a sweet
So
week. Makes the
I
time go
saw,
go fast at work and everything. Get to watch it all day, all night.
is it Hocevar Racing, or no?
Probably. There's multiple Cup guys.
Who got third in the truck series? Was it Hocevar?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Then that's who's. I can't believe Larson's not there.
He's still like boycotting after the payment thing last year, I think.
Really?
Even with the 20,000, he's gonna go late model racing. He did it, I think it's in Arizona or something. He did the same time. That was one of the reasons why I started the double TV thing last year. Is so I could watch both of them at one time.
Yeah,
one great thing about having ADHD is I can pay attention to like 4 things at one time.
So, do they also race the midgets at Gateway?
No, it's in Tulsa.
Okay.
Yeah, Gateway is just late model.
Oh, did you just see the Walkipedia thing? Because I got real excited about that. Yeah. Walkipedia posted something about midgets at Gateway, and I got real excited, and then I was like, oh.
Yeah, I was like, oh,
I think it's just an old photo.
It's an old video. It's entertaining.
That's one thing I wish we had around here is some midgets. I know what's the one big, the TK or TQ whatever series.
Yeah,
one of
TQ
them
midgets.
Maybe it's not. Extreme Outlaw midgets is coming to Atomic, but I mean, even Atomic's 2.5 hours away.
Ohio needs an indoor dirt race.
Yeah, that'd be.
I don't know where we could do it. Maybe Columbus.
Yeah, Columbus State Fairgrounds, maybe.
Oh, that would be so badass.
Yeah,
I mean, we could do it
some
at
outdoor, some of the winter outdoor stuff. The tracks are pretty cool. Usually Wayne County and usually Hilltop has something like a winter enduro 100 or something, and they have a whole bunch of different classes, and they go out there in the snow and go run.
Yeah,
I think they have like a 10-hour race or a 100-lap race or something like that.
Hilltop just canceled their enduro that was going to be like last weekend, I think, didn't they?
Oh, really? I didn't see that. No.
I think they were going to run an enduro, but it rained and was gross all last weekend. I know, Kyle, you had mentioned doing indoor motocross in the wintertime. And the Summit
do something.
The Summit County Fairgrounds does that, but it is literally the worst place ever to go. You cannot walk there.
Is it just that busy, or
it's
like
so
that
packed? Yeah,
it is. Yeah,
it is. Every redneck and every wannabe redneck in a 200-mile radius is packed into the fair building at the fairgrounds.
It's amazing.
He's
making it sound like it's not awesome. It is. I think I'll be there for probably both of them. I know. I'm guessing Carl and the Speed Farm guys, they'll probably have a couple bikes out there racing, and they got a bunch of their young kids and stuff that are probably going to be out there. So we'll probably be out there hanging out.
Hit me up because I'm 15 minutes away. So
we'll be
super close.
I'll definitely probably be going out there to watch. I'm not going to be riding or anything crazy, but I got a bunch of buddies going out there, so I'll definitely be out there causing problems.
The first time I went was a few years ago, and my buddy was doing the pit bike race.
Yeah.
And he's like 6'3", but skinny as a board doing that pit bike race, and it was hilarious, and I wanted to do it ever since.
The pit bikes are they're usually my favorite thing to watch there. Usually like the open pit bike class or something.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I don't think they'd have any care if we brought the cameras in. I'm sure we could.
Probably not.
I don't think so. I think, I don't know. You'd have to ask them. We can ask Carl too, because I know they'll probably have
Sony and actually get to use my Sony with my new lens. But yeah, it's a Kyle, if you've never been to Summit Indoor, it's definitely an experience you have to go to.
Is it more redneck than an asphalt race?
Oh,
No,
yeah.
it's not that bad.
Well, it's funny. The year I went, my roommate is from Manaway, which is just middle of nowhere, country, and she was like, we're walking around. She's like telling me how to like pick from a real redneck and a fake redneck and all of this stuff. It was an experience because I grew up in the ghetto. Like I knew hood stuff. And then I think it's definitely it's a slightly different experience than like an asphalt race. Cause like it's more hillbilly than like the Barber Tucky trash. It's weird. We'll have to go. And
it's sweet. You'll love the dirt bikes. They're always running. Like they don't ever like take breaks. Like class to class to class. They do their track work in between some stuff, and they
you'll
run
get
through
your
all their motos, and it's
inhalation.
you'll think it's sweet. If you've never really been there, yeah, they're definitely gonna get some.
I've never been to any kind of bike racing.
Really, yeah, you'll think it's sweet. It's awesome.
I've been stuck at asphalt racing my entire life.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. This will be better. This is the next best thing on dirt from sprint cars. You get the dirt bikes. Some guys they're wild. You might get some guys around here. I don't know if Exact Games. He might run a bike. I don't know if Moomal run a bike out there. There's a bunch of local guys that even go to that are racing and stuff, or big into the motocross stuff too. So you'll probably see a wider range of people there, and probably see a bunch of people you know.
Oh, well, now we gotta go. Oh, darn.
So I was looking up a little before the show because I want to do some kind of merch for FTI OM this coming season, and I looked at can koozies.
Yeah.
And they're actually at a pretty good price point where we could charge like $5 a koozie. And where do you get yours made at?
Last time I did mine through, what did I do that through? Them through Arizona. I did them with my shirts.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if I got enough koozies, guys.
Yeah, you can never have too many koozies.
You need more.
Kyle, we've been through this. You don't tell me to buy more things. I will buy more things.
There's a bunch. Depends how crazy you want to get with them. If you just want like an easy, quick screen printed one, you can find them, all over. I don't know. I think I have to look too. There might be someone that I got doing stuff with us too. I might be able to.
I just want a simple one, like one color, and then just like
logos,
white logo.
Nothing crazy like that McLaren one. Yeah.
No, nothing crazy like this, but
yeah,
just the FTI logo, like the letter logo, and then like the Ohio Motorsport logo.
Yeah, those will be pretty easy to get. We can find someone to do those.
And then
you never have too many koozies. Koozies are nice to have, and then
like I've said on here,
got some shirts stuff too.
They're cheap little merchandise souvenirs that you can take with you. I try like every new track I go to, like every track has them in their beers, and get one. I have probably about 6 or 7 Barberton and Speedway ones because all I ever did before I did pictures was just go to Barberton and get hammered. There was one.
I'm glad you're back over to the dirt side a little bit, so you don't have to go to Barberton and have to deal with that. I guess I'm not running, but have to be sitting in Midvale all weekend or something like that.
Have we heard anything? Felix in the background.
I have not heard anything. I haven't reached out to my contact there. in a while. I think the last time I saw him, it was still nice outside, so it's been a while. I hope it doesn't close permanently. I know he was working really hard to get it back open. I'd like to go at least a few times just to watch. I know I'll probably get roped into helping at some point. But I've already let him know that I'm not committing to anywhere close to a season. I'll help for 1 or 2 races, and that's about it.
You can't help it all. It's funny. You made me, when you said that, I thought of, like, I pulled up my schedule. The schedule is filling up so fast for this next year.
It really is. You sent the one in our group chat the other day, and I was like, shit. And I know that is very similar to what mine is going to look like, because I mean, we both cover a lot of things together, and I'm like, oh, damn, am I going to be married at the end of this year?
Yeah, right. Your wife will be thanking me to get you out of her hair.
Like, get him away. I mean, a few of them, I think she's going to come with us too. I think she wants to go to Detroit, and maybe a couple of the IMS ones in July. Oh, you don't have any IMS besides IndyCar.
Yeah, I just put the IndyCar ones on there.
You not trying to go to the NASCAR race?
Oh, I had put those on, and I had like 3 things scheduled and was just trying to, like, be proactive.
I am so excited that IMSA is going to be at Detroit. Like, that'll be sweet. I am so looking forward to that.
Well, here's the thing. Are you ready for IMSA at Mid-Ohio Week to travel to Attica and Fremont too?
No.
It's the same week, so
oh God.
I'll leave your ass in the campground. I'm shooting IMSA all day and then going to see all our sprint car friends for Speed Week.
I mean, we're already halfway there, so that's not bad.
It's not bad. It's not good. Yeah, from where Mid-Ohio's at, going to Attica Fremont, that'd be a good deal.
Yeah,
too bad.
One's like
I might as well go.
Yeah,
if I'm already going to be there and I'm going to be with you, what am I going to do? Just sit at the campground and just be by myself? No, I'm going to go. Well, we got to get credentials first.
I mean, if worse comes to worse, I would just pay the pit fee. I don't know if you're
a good week
allowed there. The only thing is I wanted to follow the whole week, or what I could this week, or ones that aren't too far away, because I really don't feel like driving to Dayton for Eldora and stuff. But my boss took that week off of work, so I can't take that week off of work.
Oh,
I know. I was like looking at the schedule when they announced it, like last Friday, and I looked in our calendar and I was like, "You fucker!" And he's like, "What?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "You took Speed Week off." He's like, "Oh, I'm going on vacation with my family, so you can fuck yourself." And I was like, "Oh, okay."
I just really want to hear the Cadillac switching
from hybrid to.
Yes, that is what I want.
I wish my hybrid
hear
made cool noises.
The War of the Worlds throaty engine sound. And then I'll be ready to see him again in August or July.
You're going to be are you going to the Indy race?
IMS.
IMS?
Hopefully. Kyle,
you're trying to get to the 500.
Yeah, is it Larson running Indy car this year, right?
Yep. I actually So Dan, I don't think you heard this story. While we were doing the NASCAR IndyCar doubleheader and they were unveiling the car, Kyle was in the media scrum taking pictures, and I went and bought a 1 of 600 shirt of both of Kyle's cars together.
Oh, that's cool.
Because I they're so weird about media stuff. I just like took my vest off and put it in my pocket and was like, I'm gonna go buy a shirt.
That I've tried getting a bunch of some of the newer shirts have been coming out, but everybody's shirts selling out so quick. A bunch of the Outlaw guys and stuff. I'm trying to get them for holidays and stuff. Been a bunch of sweet merch drops recently.
Everyone doing the 12 days of Christmas and stuff. I keep trying to find something. I was just literally while we were on here, I was looking at oh crap, whose shirts were they? Someone's shirts. I had pulled it up on my second screen here. Like, oh, they got anything good?
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff. I mean, Rico always does cool stuff during Christmas. I think Rico and
I think until
Hodge usually does some cool stuff too.
Yeah, midnight tonight. We'll give him a little plug. If you buy anything on Hod and Shield's website, he'll autograph it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That starts at midnight tonight?
No, it's till midnight tonight.
Oh, it's till midnight.
Okay.
Don't mind me going to another tab.
Hopefully that wasn't yesterday.
You got till midnight to get your
wait, that might have been yesterday.
Shop.
Oh, come on.
But yeah, I mean,
thanks for the breaking news, Chris.
Yeah.
Well, the weird I think it was last night, because the weird thing was I didn't see anything about it till 8:00 at night, and I was like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah, they must.
And I sit on social media all day at work, even when I'm busy. I get yelled at for. I'm the guy that like gets yelled at for being on my phone all the time. But it's like my phone to me is like a fidget spinner. You know, I just like I'll open it, click on Facebook, scroll through Marketplace of the same things I've seen 800 times, close it, go to Twitter, scroll through Twitter real quick, and I'm like, I just can't help it. It's in my hand. I'm gonna play with it.
It's your ADHD kicking in.
Dude, yeah.
I for the past week or so, I've been watching Rick and Morty on my phone while I'm working. Like I rewatched the entire series.
I don't think I've watched anything. I don't watch TV. I don't know if I've ever explained this on here. I only watch YouTube videos. I might be one of like 5 people in the world that pays for YouTube Premium.
Probably.
Because YouTube and Flow are the only thing that's ever on my TV. Because I'm always doing something else. Like if my TV's on, I'm scrolling through my phone or playing games or sitting on the computer here. So like it's just YouTube all the time. Like to the point where some of my most watched videos are just Minecraft playthroughs. Because it's just noise in the background. I'm not physically watching it. It's just noise.
I thought you were just watching kids on Minecraft for like 2 hours.
No, it's worse. It's adults on Minecraft.
Oh, okay.
Did my daughter steal your phone again?
Yeah. I mean, we use YouTube TV. So I always have I use that to just kind of watch sports and, racing and stuff on TV.
Speaking of
winter deal.
Merch and stuff, the image that Kyle's gonna laugh at me for this. The image that and we'll go into a little bit of news here, that Trackhouse is using of Shane Van Gisbergen in his races this year. He's wearing a hoodie about the same as mine with camo and Trackhouse. I really want that hoodie.
So Chris has made it a thing now because I said, man, all he does is buy camo. And then now he just buys a ton of it.
Purposely.
This is like tie-dye more.
I mean, that is a pretty badass hoodie. All of Sheldon's stuff.
Dude, yeah, Sheldon puts out some
amazing.
Yeah, they've got awesome stuff. Shots came out with some cool stuff too, and I've seen a bunch of local guys too coming out with a bunch of stuff. I think I saw a bunch of them put some stuff up for Christmas too. I know Angry Duck.
Hey, there's this one guy there's this one guy I know. He has a really cool Twisted T-shirt that people should go buy. It's at I think you can find it at Angry Duck.
Yeah. I got all my stuff on Angry Duck. I know. I mean, I can't even list all the drivers now that do the Angry Duck stuff. I mean, Kurt's kind of got that. He's figuring that out pretty good, and I know there's a bunch of stuff that Wayne County guys I've seen been posting shirts. Usually, there's not many. It's hard to get merchandise, for local guys to get it, and to try to at least break even on it. But like I seen like Doug Hensel, mini stock guy, he's got some badass shirts. Like I want to get one of these mini stock shirts. I mean, they're just so cool. I mean, Angry Duck like I said, Angry Duck makes a bunch of them for Wiles. Wiles got a bunch of cool different shirts out. And then we've got our stuff, and there's a bunch of people that got stuff out now. So it's pretty. I think cool to actually have that.
We've said this before, but if you see me in the pits, I'll come buy a shirt from you. Like
yeah, there's so many. Yeah, you'll have to maybe once you get your own shirts, you can
do some
start trading guys. Yeah. Because that's what I try to do. Because like Chris Myers got shirts, Jonah's got shirts.
When
Lance has shirts. I mean, everybody's got them.
When I did the music
stuff, keep swapping them.
When I did the music stuff, I did merch for my friend's band, and we did a couple tours, and every night, like me and the main dude I was friends with, I would trade 2 shirts for whatever band they were playing with that night for 2 shirts for us.
Yeah, that's the shirt swap's the best way to do it, really. I mean,
yep, you can find their merch guy or whoever was doing merch. Like, hey, yo, merch swap.
And then once you get koozies, you can swap koozies. It just goes on and on.
It's a whole medieval bartering system.
Yeah, it is. You can never have too many racing shirts either. I don't.
I was telling somebody my whole wardrobe at this point is that of like a 10-year-old boy because all of my shirts have race cars on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had to buy some shirts for going to some of these events that we go to.
So I looked a little more
look
professional.
Like a fan. Doesn't look like a fan that just stole a vest.
Stole a vest and a camera's walking in there pretending just to be part of the crew just to see what's going on in the infield and everything. It's not a bad plan though.
I love merch. When I did music, I probably own 200 to 300 t-shirts between my closet, big totes down in the basement of just like when I ran shows, if like there was like a bad night or something where I knew we weren't going to pay the bands much, I'd just go buy a shirt.
Yeah.
So I just have so many t-shirts and all this stuff from years of that.
I like the retro ones.
Yeah.
Like the old school. I got a couple Jack Hodenshield ones. I got like year he won the first historical big one. I got that shirt, the Pennzoil shirt, and then I've got an old Kryptonite car shirt, which are my only two old ones I got, but I love the old retro racing shirts. They're so sweet.
I've got a couple old senior ones that I found at the thrift store before the thrift stores started like really jacking the prices up on that. Yeah. My roommate, that's her favorite thing to find is like old NASCAR stuff for me for Christmas. And we were talking about the one thrift store. They had the last time I was there, probably months ago, they had a Jeff Gordon. It wasn't even DuPont, it was Exalta. So end of his career jacket, and they wanted like $300 for it.
Is this the thrift store that's across from a cemetery?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I hate that place.
I used those hats that I have
but none of their stuff is actually like organized by size, and it drives me nuts because you just have to search through it and then you find something you like and you're like, God dang it, it's not my size.
It's an extra small or a 3XL.
Yeah.
Yeah, all those hats. Dan, you're gonna just learn a lot about me tonight. I have I think 150 old NASCAR hats in totes that I found at the thrift store for like $1 a piece. And really? now they're asking like $20 for a hat from 2 years ago. And then I got a Snapchat memory today of like an old Dale Senior hat that's like faded and gross that I found like 2 years ago that they wanted $35 for.
Yeah, all the old stuff, man. The old stuff, sweet. People love it.
So if we see Chris with a new Z9, we'll know that he
sold all my old NASCAR
sold
stuff.
all of his NASCAR.
You know, I'm still waiting on those die casts from Circle B.
Oh,
they haven't came in yet?
No, but they only have 5 workers that do that, and I think they get thousands of orders on Black Friday. So I'm being a little patient with them. You know, it's like it's a small business. They're just die casts that are going to go on in the case behind me, or I need to find a shelf for some of the 164s.
In the new case that's going to go on the other side.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. I've got a couple die casts. What do I even have? I got a Jack Pennzoil one, 94. And I got a Scott Dixon IndyCar PNC car. And I got a Dean Jacobs Frigidaire car. And I got a Bart Hartman late model.
Did we just become best friends?
Yeah.
I found this at a flea market for $20.
Yeah,
hey, no building shoddy bunk beds now.
Yeah,
no shit. Yeah, my buddy Joe Adorjan that races in Wayne County. He's got some sweet. I usually go to him if I need some model cars. He's always got some sweet ones. He's been collecting some stuff for a while, and he's got a pretty cool selection. He's got.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for my roommates to move out so I can display everything I have, because I've got so much of years of like going to flea markets. In the cabinet behind me on the second shelf from the top, that's an IROC car signed by Matt Kenseth. Right below that, behind the haulers, like a signed Bubba car, I got the Harvick Gravedigger.
A signed Bubba Wallace car?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Do you not see the flag right here?
I see it, but I didn't think you'd have a signed car.
It was another Circle B
oh, okay.
Black Friday thing where it's like $20. Everything's Alex Bowman around here.
Yeah, I can't wait until they move out either. You know, we can have a podcast studio.
I have a 3-bedroom house with like all kinds of stuff. So yeah, I probably could build one. But I also
nice. Yeah, you can put all memorabilia all around.
These ones and my cat. I think once they move out, I'm gonna build a cat room because I also have cats. But
you have a giant. You just need a giant podcast room, almost like a big Anchorman desk.
Yeah. We'll put that out in my living room. I don't use my living room.
Yeah, we'll just make your living into a podcast.
Big walk around desk. You have some like multiple cameras. Like everyone gets their own like little one shot.
I've got enough cameras in the house.
Yeah, we have one wide shot. You know.
Yep. Exactly.
We'll pull together.
Kyle's trying to do the podcast and switch cameras at the same time.
Well, you have a Stream Deck. It'll work.
I do.
We'll get an A10 mini.
Used.
We'll get a Roadcaster.
Worst case, if we can do it, worst case, you need to get an intern, maybe someone just to help.
Yeah.
That's at least
I do live Spectrum now, so
I live like 5 minutes from the University of Akron, so
let's just see if we can't use the University of Akron.
Yeah.
You guys have a studio we could use?
There is like some weird thing in Akron where there's a lady who like has some kind of space and she does rent out for podcasts and stuff.
That's the business we need to get into.
Like, I was like, damn, that's brilliant.
And just to show up and mics are there, headphones are there, cameras are there, just turn it on, run it, and leave.
Yep.
You just pop up your logo on a screen and
yeah, that's what I got. I gotta get a camera for my desktop so I can quit using my laptop. But once I get that, I'll be pretty.
Do you have a GoPro?
I don't. I never. My buddy has all the GoPros that we use on my car.
Okay.
So I don't have. I got a little Logitech cam, I think, somewhere.
I say because that's what I use is just a GoPro.
I use my Z30. But hopefully for Christmas, I got a new microphone. Hopefully my parents bought that for me.
Do your parents listen?
No, they don't watch this. Nobody in my family watches this.
I mean, at least your dad likes racing and stuff. So
yeah. I am going to quickly go use the restroom because this went through me. So you guys can go talk and I will remove myself. This is the nice thing about having 3 hosts.
Yeah, I've been keep peeking at they're starting Heat 3 now at the.
Yeah, go Kyle.
I love seeing the. Yeah, I love seeing the cars on the street.
Yeah. Oh, dude, when they did that shot earlier, I was like, oh. Yeah, God, I would love to go to one of these races.
I'm going to my buddy Max and I, we're going out to Fort Wayne, Indiana for the Rumble, the go-kart and midget stuff, the indoor stuff over there at the end of the month.
Yeah, my dream at this point would be to go to Tulsa for the Chili Bowl.
Yeah, I can't. If you were there, I feel like it would just be so hard to actually see everything. Like we're kind of spoiled sitting at home with the having it on flow, and it's just on your TV. You're just hanging out there. You can watch it all day, and then when you need to go to the bathroom, you get a drink, you just get it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you probably feel this pain of like being, you being part of the show, but trying the professionalism every time. It's like, man, I would love to have a drink right now.
Yeah, it's me. I don't know, those places. It's like you said, kind of like how Summit is. I mean, once you're there and everything, everybody's all hanging out, partying, having a good time, and that's why racing's so fun. Even just watching, if you're out working, it's hard, but being able to just go to a race and enjoy it and drink a couple beers is always, it's always nice to do.
I don't like the guys laughing at the guy getting into the car.
Yeah, that guy was on the struggle bus trying to get up in there. Well, he had the late model picked up off the ground 3 feet.
Yeah, he looks like he's a little guy like me.
Yeah. It looked like he pulled the pant leg up and helped lift his leg up to put it in the car. I guess I can't say much. I don't know what I look like getting in and out of my car, so I won't judge him before I see videos of me doing it.
It's like when someone takes a picture of you and you're like, you have this image in your mind of what you look like, and then someone takes a picture, you're like, oh,
yeah.
You're your own worst critic.
Yeah, it's like, well, it's especially like a profile picture of yourself, because that's something you never see. Like you never see that really in the mirror, and you're like, oh man, is my nose really that big? Or
that's why I use all mine with my helmet on.
Is my posture that bad?
I just keep the helmet on, or keep the helmet on, or make sure I'm in the car, so I'm mainly hidden.
There's a lot of our friends that are photographers too that like to just take candids of people. And I think I got 3 random ones of Kyle this year, but none of them were I'm that good friend that I'm not going to post a bad picture of you. If I get a picture of you, I want you to look good. Not going to
Not the ones where they got a weird ass face, or they look like they got
I'm not going to post one of Kyle jumping out of the way of a fucking modified coming at him.
But you could share. You can maybe share that live on stream though, or something, just for people to see it though, because that sounds like.
But
might be a good picture.
I don't know if I actually got that one. I know I got one of Kyle this year where he looked really weird, and I don't even know if I saved it because I was just like, I was all excited about it, like in the moment, and then like when I got home and started looking at him, I was like, oof. I don't even think I'm gonna send that to his wife.
And it must have been really bad.
But
yeah, I was.
Yeah, I mean,
our
Is that Rusty Slank on the
friend-
ball?
Our photographer friend from Sharon Speedway reached out to me this week and asked me if I wanted to buy his A7 II. Did he reach out to you as well?
Yeah.
And then I told him that he should definitely join us for some of the Mid Ohio races. Get him a little outside the dirt world.
It's hard to do that.
Yeah, I think once you kind of like you integrate yourself into the dirt world, it's a little harder to get yourself out of it.
Yeah, unless you got like some, I don't know. I guess as a fan, I guess it's harder to kind of be roped into it. Like I said, as a racer, it's almost like all the other things become more interesting after the fact because that's what you're used to being a part of. So you like the different part of
Was
it.
there a wreck on lap 1?
On multiple races, yeah.
On this just right now.
I don't know. But this
all I saw was
probably ahead of me if you're on race monitor. They just says.
Yeah.
Spoiler
speaking
alert.
Of which, with Dirt World
Next
and all of this. What are your thoughts on High Limit and their charter system?
That I guess I don't know.
So let me,
I guess only for me, for something, all those things, so much of it doesn't pertain to me per se.
Yeah.
So like at the end of the day, like I don't even usually get hung up on having an opinion on it, I guess. But
so let me be.
I'm gonna sit my ground still, and I'm gonna hope and put the trust and faith in Brad and Kyle, and hope whatever all that is that they it is the right move and it's gonna work out. But besides that, I really don't have.
Let me tell you, as like just whatever media member, whatever you want to call it, it is a brilliant scheme to keep the names that you have signed in your series. Because I don't know how much, like, top 5 this year, they get a charter, and then the top 5 next year who ran both years will get a chance for the other 5. I can tell you that's a brilliant scheme to keep keep those big names in it for next year.
Yeah, and I don't, and I also don't think it's going to have to come down to that to keep them. I mean, if it does, then I think, it's kind of going it's kind of going to go the wrong way. But like I said, they've got to have something figured out, I mean, they've got guys coming to them. I mean,
they signed Rico, last week while we were live, they signed Rico. So
yeah, they got a whole bunch of extra now.
PPM,
Wyndham, Parker Price.
Yeah, Wyndham. Recently.
I saw Ryan Day went full time after just doing a little bit, just a weekly. Now he's doing full time. I mean, they've got they basically already got how many guys are fully signed on now?
A dozen, I think.
Yeah, so that's how many did All Stars have signed on last year?
Not that many.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think it was 12. So I mean,
it's
interesting.
More.
And I also think All Stars would have got more anyway this year if it still had the All Star name. I think they would have had more anyway.
Yeah, I think with the rising interest with everything, Kyle doing even just the weekly or the midweek series and stuff, you're going to get those, you're going to have people commit a little more. But I don't know. I think with Kyle and Brad signing on in this new series that you're just going to have. You've got all these guys doing it. Now you're going to hopefully give them some value for their money with this charter system. That
out of anything, though, all the praise and everything to all these Ohio tracks and marrying state tracks to us that are all really working together and giving a lot of push and give on trying to get all these speed week things figured out and all the just the local schedules in general, and all the tracks are working together and they always try not to step on each other's feet. So I'm super thankful, at least all the promoters and track owners in Ohio are kind of stepping it up and keeping it up for us, because it kind of felt like out of everything, Ohio kind of got lost out of everything when it kind of all happened. So it's sweet to see, Fast and Aaron and Dwayne and all them guys, AFCS,
yeah,
at least all helping get shit together. And because I have no idea what all that takes, and I probably wouldn't even want to do it if I got paid to do it, and I bet they're getting not paid anywhere near enough to deal with it. So I'm thankful for all those guys sticking through it, and it seems like they're as those schedules kind of keep coming out, it seems like they've seems like we're gonna get treated pretty good here.
Yeah, like I was saying, like my boss took Speed Week off, and I was like, once that schedule came out, I was like a little disappointed, because it's like, damn, I could have followed the first 3/4 of Speed Week easily.
Yeah. It's gonna be cool. There's the new tracks coming back this year and stuff, and
Millstream.
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be cool. Like
last year.
Yeah, no, I don't think it had one last year.
Yeah,
or Waynesfield.
Waynesfield wasn't on there either.
Yeah, so they've at least added, three new tracks on there for this year.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Aaron and all of the promoters to make to have that drop basically end of the season while you're trying to get schedules ready for next year, to have that to cooperate enough to get that all going for next year.
Yeah, I can I'm all trying to get that together and get their dates lined up and figure out, what week to do it, then trying to get all the legwork of all the extra sponsors and stuff they're trying to do. It's God's work what they're doing. So, I know everyone's going to appreciate it come, summertime when we get racing, and, and everyone kind of remembers feeling you didn't know how often we were going to race, or, kind of get those bigger races everyone likes racing and likes watching, so it's super happy that that's kind of turning out to, brighten up a little bit for, everybody in the area.
Just 7 more months we have to wait.
No, what's that? March? You got March?
Well, I was talking till Speed Week, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I'm looking at this graphic that they put out on the 10th. I'm 100% sure that's Wayne County in the back of this graphic.
The high limit one,
the Ohio Sprint Speed Week schedule photo.
Yeah,
pretty sure that's Wayne County.
Wayne County is on Speed Week.
Yeah, I know, but I'm pretty sure it is Wayne County. Like the picture, that's the
background. No, 100% it is.
Yeah, that's Wayne County.
I thought you were talking like the mystery high limit date. That's
no
between.
No, he was saying like the background graphic.
Yeah, now I got you.
Yeah, I wonder if that one though will end up being Wayne County.
Come on, Sheldon, work your magic.
Because it would be amazing to have.
It would be cool to have the Outlaws back there. It is,
Well, Outlaws are back at Wayne.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying like when they actually
high
do.
Limit.
Like I remember when they first came 2 years ago. It was probably the sweetest thing. Probably sweetest thing I've ever seen at Wayne County. With all the guys and how many people there was.
I think the last time we saw each other in person, we were talking about that in the pits, was Outlaws at Wayne. And I mean, we did, what was it, technically 3 Outlaw shows at Sharon this year with that late models.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, to see him at Wayne and the different racing between Sharon and Wayne, and both of us kind of preferring Wayne. Yeah, I think we're both super stoked.
Oh, Wayne County will have 100 times better feature than Sharon will for sure.
Oh, I mean, Sharon's just a follow the leader. It might as well be asphalt.
I don't know if it's that bad, but
I do have to say, I think Kyle, that was another one of those nights I was very emo when we left. And I look at the pictures and I'm like, dang, I did pretty good that night.
Yeah, so I mean, it would be really amazing if they have that, to be determined day for the high limit, and it ended up being Wayne.
I mean, I'd be happy with Attica or Fremont or.
Yeah, I don't know all the politics between that either.
Yeah, it really just seems like they kind of made tracks pick or choose because there's so little that have either or that have both.
Yeah,
you have
that's the major tracks that do, and that's about it.
Yeah, and I mean the Outlaws. I mean, the Outlaws. Everyone's always going to like them, always going to watch them. I'm always going to watch them. It's the world of Outlaws, But I am psyched to see how the High Limit series kind of goes. If it's just because there's so many other drivers that are kind of doing it too that haven't maybe won such big championships or as big of races. So a bunch of those guys that are going full time into that, and I'm a big Corey Day fan, so I'd be pumped to see.
Yeah, I'm
him running.
I just caught out of the corner of my eye the guy tried to push the car on the flow. But yeah, I'm very curious. The nice thing is we have no stake in the game.
Yeah.
We get to sit back, watch it, and then comment on it every week.
Yeah. Just get to tell them everything they're doing wrong.
Yeah.
I'd have done it like this.
So Dan, if we were to have, that Wednesday high limit and then Outlaws on Friday, are you planning on racing the Outlaws?
Local stuff, Wayne County. Yeah, we'd at least go. Go and obviously every time we go out, try to do the best you can. Obviously, when you're going up against some of them guys, you obviously gotta at least just keep your head on and just not pretend you're going to be a superhero overnight. But yeah, definitely always will go to any big races at all the local tracks just to help support and help the hopeful going. And when the tracks are that close, and if you're racing and you're already in the pits, it's better than watching on TV anyway. So I might as well at least go to get in the pits. So I'll definitely be running any bigger show at Wayne County this year.
Yeah, Dan will be doing his segment live from his race car.
Yeah.
Laps.
I need to get those new Meta glasses, the Ray-Bans.
Yeah.
Because those you get like the F1 in-car footage. You could wear those while you're racing.
I mean, I use we could just figure out how to use my GoPro as a live footage. We could do live footage from in and out of the pits. I'll just put my phone on my camera and
then get sued by Flow Racing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you can't live stream this event. I'm like, okay, let me go buy a pit pass. Now I can.
In-car cams are always the best. So I love those F1 helmet cams.
Yeah.
They're so
NASCAR
sweet.
did those new ones this year too, and they had to block out the rear view or they had to block out the dash because they didn't want people seeing their
now the series that has the best camera angles has to be IndyCar. There are cameras all over that freaking thing.
Yeah.
And then the 360 cam is just amazing.
That's one thing I kind of want to buy before the season because I've seen them on Facebook fairly cheap.
Those Insta 360s?
Insta 360s. But
oh god, you would have a freaking pole sticking out your camera bag. Just, oh, look at me, I'm Chris.
Up over my head. Everyone will know where I'm at in the infield.
We'll put a little put a little orange case on it.
Hey, nothing's worse than the guy that was laying around at Wayne County. That scared the ever living shit out of me.
What?
There was a photographer who was laying behind tires and laying in the middle of the infield at Wayne for Pete Jacobs.
Oh.
And so Kyle and I, when we do like some of the, especially like the bigger things like NASCAR and IndyCar, we have to go through safety meetings.
Yeah.
Like you would a driver's meeting.
So fun.
And they tell you all of these things you're not supposed to do. And I'm pretty sure this guy did everything that would get your credentials taken away. And Pork Chop was even like, dude, this is sketchy. And we were standing there and like, this guy was doing some very sketchy things that you could get those shots other ways. And
Get
he
a camera with a flip out screen.
He had a camera with a flip out screen. He was doing these things and like it was scaring me because one wrong move and you're dead.
Yeah.
I mean, when I think Pete Jacobs was when Trey went up into the cornfield.
Yep.
And that guy was kneeling behind one of the tractor tires during that. And I know it's, 100 yards away from him, but it's just like one of those things where it's like, man, that's scary. Like, first thing is like protect yourself.
Yeah.
Especially
when stray cars come flying through. I've had stuff that can come hauling through the infield wide open before. So
yeah, I mean,
yeah, I almost got hit at the last race.
Kyle almost got hit. During the first boss race of the year, I was straying a little too far in front of the tire and one cut across. So like
we had a close call at Sharon the last outlaw race. Luckily we were all away, but people had been standing where that car was the entire night and it came barreling in. A few of them did. That was scary.
I couldn't do that. I'd be free. It'd be like the WRC guys, like the guys that are like right like an inch away from the road, cars flying by in the air 120 mile an hour, and they're just sitting there. It's like that.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, hey, like use your brain. Let's not try and ruin this for everyone or kill yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I get a little scared getting a little too in front of the tire in 1 and 2 at Wayne, because it's considerably closer the tractor tires in 1 and 2 than they are in 3 and 4. And one time I was actually on the other side of the tires and I was like, this is not a great spot to be. But I mean, Jason was standing right there. So I was like, okay, well, he's not yelling at me yet, so I guess it's okay. But then I was like, yeah, I don't know. I don't think I want to do that anymore.
Completely different topic. I love the headlight stickers on late models because the one that just won had Cadillac headlight stickers and grill.
Yeah, I see it.
But yeah,
the 11C Rachel Carpenter.
Sure. I'm only looking out of the corner of my eye every once in a while.
All I got is names and numbers, okay? And times.
No, it's the 4C.
Oh, okay.
Whatever that one is. You're probably like
Carpenter. Fast Freddy.
Yeah, that's
he's trying to bring her home to West Virginia.
So I gotta ask, because this is our wrap. This is our Spotify wrap episode of the season. Chris, what is your biggest highlight of the 2023 season? I know it's an impossible question because we did a lot this year.
Well, I mean, for me, because I'm me, it would have to be selling a picture to Alex Bowman Racing. The one literally right here behind me. But I think B, getting to shoot the Cup Series. I mean, that's #1 racing series in the United States over F1, over everything. I mean, we got to go to the racing capital of the world. Shoot, what, 5 races? I think that weekend.
Yeah, it was a long. It was
and
5,
then
yeah,
to cap it off with the Cup Series, and then being at probably one of my best days shooting of getting that Cup Series. I mean, going through some of those photos that I have from that race is like, damn, who did this? Oh wait, I did that. So yeah, I think probably the Cup Series, and then just, I mean, all of the other ones, NHRA, those top fuels going by us.
Yeah,
so close you can feel that. We probably left smelling like race fuel and grossness.
Nitromethane.
Yeah, just pure methane. Feeling the heat from those. I don't know if I could put it into just one thing, but I would have to say it would probably be the Cup Series or the NHRA.
Yeah, I would probably have to go along those same lines with just Indianapolis as a whole, because it's just unlike anything else like that I've been to, like just media center wise, facility wise, organization wise, even compared to Detroit. It's hard to compare these all as the same series, after you've been to Mid Ohio and you're like, oh, this is what you should expect, and then you go somewhere else and you're like, oh shit, we get free lunch. Like,
Yeah,
this is a thing. And then yeah, the NHRA, that was, I've never witnessed anything like that, and for that to be my first drag race ever being at was just incredible.
Be shooting pictures at it while you're talking.
Yeah, I was just like, I don't.
8 feet away from the exhaust of just like, I mean, you felt the heat every time, not just the concussion of the engine, because you can feel that from the stands, but just the heat of the exhaust.
Yeah, drag racing is sweet.
I would have to say that Norwalk and NHRA had the most hospitable media staff that I dealt with all year. They were just so nice. They were thanking us for coming. And it's like, why are you thanking me? This is like amazing.
This is the coolest thing I've ever experienced in my life.
And we're just like, wow, you're thanking me? I should be thanking you, and I am thanking you.
You have to get on an off week. You don't have one. Have to get some. We'll have to go to a tractor pull.
I love tractor pulls.
Yeah.
Oh, they're so much fun,
dude. You got to go to, again, where my roommate's from in Manaway. They do one in a church like parking lot of just like, it's the grass along the side of this thing, and I mean, it scares the shit out of me because you're 10 feet away from some hillbillies Cummins just blowing a.
You even have walls or no?
No, there's no fence. Well, there's a little fence. There's about a 4-foot fence, but there's no net.
You're gonna have to get some pictures of this.
Yeah, it is. It's wild. And there you can get a roasted ox meat sandwich.
Is it like oxtail or?
It's called the ox roast. They do it every year. It's the most gamey. It's in big crock.
I thought you were gonna go on talk about how great this thing was.
No, it's in like big crock pots, and it's just the gamiest, wettest meat. And like, ew, dude, it's gross. But the whole town shows up.
At Portage County Fair, you can get a rabbit sandwich.
True.
And it's right next to the place where the rabbits are being exhibited. My dad always told me when I was a kid, he was like, that's where the losers go.
Dad.
What is it with dads and like that kind of stuff? Because I'm pretty sure my dad would make that same joke waiting in line to get a rabbit sandwich. And then tell us about how he used to raise rabbits as a kid and guess which one they were having for dinner.
That one.
Come on, Kyle. Why aren't you scarring your children like that?
I do constantly.
Dan, what would be your highlight of the year?
Highlight of my year, probably. I got just on a racing perspective, I would say, probably one of the coolest things is to go to the Million, just to go watch. That was wish could have raced it just to say we were a part of it, but that was just a sweet race to see this year. Obviously, I'll go back this year and forever years. Maybe race this year, who knows? Maybe like a Thursday night deal, we'll see. But besides that, I'd probably say just overall getting better, driving wise throughout the year. We had one time at Attica, we raced real good. We're crazy good, but I remember Max just helped me one night, and I think I was in the B somewhere, and I normally at Attica I'm usually getting lapped in a B main or lapped in a heat race. And I was actually battling for a transfer spot for the whole B main for a whole 8 laps, so I was pumped. Thought it was the coolest thing ever this year, and it was kind of right in the middle of the year when we weren't doing very good and kind of needed the pickup, and it was really about the time we really started getting a bunch of help from a bunch of buddies and Bonsai helping us out all the time, and kind of getting some things clicking with our car. So for me, that's probably the biggest thing that sticks out in my mind this year, just because it was something we needed. It was a good turning point, and it helped kind of shape up the rest of the year. We didn't have a lights out year anyway, but it really kind of helped shape up the rest of the year to kind of get that foot forward. So I think that's my biggest takeaway from last year, and kind of just that same mentality, knowing same thing you guys do. You guys get tired and get down and get over what you're doing, and it goes the same way for racers. Sometimes you get in those slumps, so that was it was nice to have that this year and kind of get that fuel back and be pumped to get through the winter and be back at Attica in March.
Yeah, I think Kyle will probably agree with me on this. I think the one of the highlights of our year is the random person finding us through a car scene stuff and sharing our pictures, and all of the sudden, because prior to this, we weren't getting a whole lot of traction on any of the pictures we've taken.
Yeah.
Because it's so hard of trying to get someone to share it, this and that. And, by the end of the season, we've got people messaging us Sunday morning going, hey, when are the pictures going to be posted? And it's
everyone's so, we all get so antsy by it.
It's just random happenstance that, we both come from the car scene background of, lowered cars and Hondas and things like
fast.
that, and just through friends of friends, you had found my pictures and shared them, and next thing we've got random strangers walking up to us at Wayne County as we're standing in 3 and 4 going, oh my God, we love what you're doing. So I think, speaking for Kyle and myself, that was one of the best things that happened to us this year, is just being able to get some exposure and make the friends we've made. I mean, we've had 3 different guests, and then people wanting to come on, people asking us for pictures all the time and videos and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, it's funny, the random happenstance of just knowing, us being dirtbag teenage 20-year-olds building stupid low cars, and next thing you know, just like everything else, the racing community brings you together.
Yeah, and it's sweet. Like I said, and it's always cool having the bond between the whole parts of racing. Everyone always thinks it's just the drivers are the clique, or it's the track workers are just a clique and just the photography guys. But like you guys, saying hanging out with Jason and listen to the radio and stuff. Everybody's still there working together, and it's cool with the drivers.
It's going to kind of be an open invitation of like, hey, you want to come talk about your week? Let's go. I don't think Kyle's I'm never going to say no to a guest. I don't think Kyle's ever going to say no to a guest.
I'm also going to try to push to get some, I love having the local guys, but I really want to try to get some high profile guys on. So that comes to you guys. I'm going to look straight into the camera. You guys, our viewers, to bump this stuff up to get the views up and the likes up and subscriptions, so that way we can try to get high profile, maybe some big series drivers on here to be able also boost our numbers, so we can actually not have to pay for pit passes to get into Eldora and actually be able to shoot under a credential. Because that would be nice, since well, I mean, Chris is probably going to get a credential. I'm not going to get a credential because all I've done is badmouth their media department.
Fight Eldora.
I'm probably blacklisted. I probably can't get even a ticket there anymore.
I think a lot. There'll be a ton of local guys that'll do it. We can find. I'm sure it'll be easier to get some bigger guys than it thinks. But we just need to keep getting sharing stuff and get people watching. And people just gotta get started watching. Once people start watching, people like it. And I think it's really cool for anybody get the chance to get to see more one-on-one stuff with drivers, because you don't usually get to see that too much unless it's all the big stuff, that have all the little documentaries and stuff.
My boss, he's a racing fan, but knew Sean from his days in IMSA and stuff, and he watched our episode with it, and it was like, oh wow, that's a little weird. My boss is watching my podcast.
Yeah, I mean, that's another reason why we wanted to bring you on, Dan, as not necessarily a third chair, because we're all equal hosts here, but bring you on as a third co-host, so that way we can have a little bit more of a banter. We have somebody who is a current racer.
Just wait till summer. I'll have all sorts of shit to say on Mondays or Wednesdays, whatever day it is. Monday, Tuesday. I don't care. We can do Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm gonna have something to say probably on Sunday.
Hopefully, we never have a guest on locally that you get in a bit with the week before, and we already have.
I don't know if I've learned anything from Dan. He's a pretty nice guy. So
yeah, I mean, I've wrecked some people and been wrecked by some people. I think it's kind of like a communal brownie system almost. As long as you're not being an asshole, your head's not shoved up. It's everyone gets it. I mean, I've probably been tangled up with most guys by now, but even if not, it'll be an exciting week, even if we are mad at each other. So I still think we should keep it on if we do run into that.
Can you tell it's past dinner time?
Yeah, and if there's anybody out there that would like to become a sponsor of the show, we're definitely into that. That helps. We recently upgraded our streaming package. And that would really help. It would also really help. Sponsorships help us get subscriptions to all these services that all these races are on. So if you want to help us be able to cover these events, we don't have a Patreon or anything because we don't really have anything extra to give you except for the free podcast every week and our
once
free
season gets
pictures.
started too, I want to do, once we get some more stuff too, I want to try to do and like get through some old stuff too. Like I'll have some stuff I want to do for like some giveaways on here that like I want to ask like some other drivers too to donate some like giveaway stuff too. So even just to kind of help, like you said, weekly stuff, viewers and stuff. I think it'd be cool for all the fans and people watching to be able to have a chance to kind of get some of that stuff too for tuning in and whatever. All drivers like being able to get their merch out, and I'm sure I can get a couple of guys to spare some stuff too, kind of get some of that up. But I think like everyone gets watched, I think it'll be sweet. I think everyone will, once we get racing again. I think it's kind of hard for the fans to get too into it, because everyone's kind of just like they either want it or they don't. It's hard kind of getting like the half getting it, half not. So I think next year to really kick off, for this whole deal and getting a lot of people. And I'd still love to do a go-kart thing some night.
Yes, we need to start planning.
Oh yeah,
because we can plan it.
K1 or high voltage.
High limit. You almost said
high limit.
Well, we'll see. We need to start seeing who would all go. Because we could probably just rent out part of the go-kart track for a couple hours. Tell them we're getting some heat races going, get some people some GoPros.
Heck yeah, grab some drinks at the bar.
Yep.
A good time.
Yeah,
we could even open it up to fans of the show. Just have it as it's just like a meetup.
Anybody
I don't know if we're at meetup level yet, but
you might be able to. And if you can, if they don't, then you could maybe do a live show from High Voltage or from K1.
That'd be cool.
Just have to keep rotating around between us three. So then one person's racing, so one people's talking, and just to get because if you think shit talking's real at the racetrack, once you get to High Voltage or K1, that's when you really start telling the truth about somebody. Yeah, that's when you don't really hold anything back. Yeah, that's when you start getting like the NASCAR interviews when they're talking about being a dumbass or throwing the helmet across the track or. So I think we need to get on that pretty quick.
Now the K1 up where I'm at, they do down over, I don't know. They do a 12-hour race. They do the 12 hours of K1, and it's a team thing where
that sounds sweet.
I have to figure out when that's going to be the next one. That'd be awesome to get an FTI team together and do that.
I could do that. That'd be fun. I haven't done a long endurance race since like Gran Turismo, so I'll have to do some practice and some stamina. I'm usually only in the car for about 30 laps till I'm out of breath, so I'm gonna have to step it up here a little bit to be in there for a couple hours. But that'd be sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, sounds like a great time. I don't know if you've noticed, but Newt and I have just been having a good old time over here. Our
ready for dinner.
Our fourth and fifth co-hosts over here. I don't know.
Hey, just don't blow into his ear, so he doesn't have a bark fit. He's just gonna smack the crap out of you.
Yeah, he likes to use his paws. But yeah, I mean. Great season this year. Like I said, new friends made all along the way. I don't know. I think next year is just to borrow some internet lingo, to the moon with possibilities of
as the kids said 15 years ago, YOLO.
Hey, that's still my favorite saying.
It is the best. Mine was a different one. And it was ones that the Buddhists would use, and it was YOLA. You only live again.
Your dad's posted on Facebook about watching the Dirt Nationals, so
Oh yeah, it must be nice to use my
must be nice
account.
to see it on Flow because you don't have an account.
I wish I could watch it, Dad.
While we're doing this podcast, and Dan and I just keep getting distracted by things. There's a
my dad's
car
just sitting there watching it.
Kyle, there's a 3-car pileup right now that you just missed. So
oh, thanks for letting me know.
I told you how to get around it. So you just have to tell your dad to stream it that way, or you do it and then let him log on.
Ooh, contact and retaliation. Is that what it was?
I'm guessing so. I don't know.
Oh.
Oh, are you watching on Twitter now?
Yeah. Flo has a replay.
But before these guys try and eat me alive, anything else for the season? Kyle, when are we planning on coming back?
I think we're shooting for maybe the second week of January. So not that first week of so maybe like the 10th of January, shooting for coming back. Have a nice couple
of Tulsa Chili Bowl, because I'm sure there'll be a whole ton to talk about with Chili Bowl, even if it's half as
when
dramatic
is Chili
as
Bowl?
last year.
Is that the first?
The first. Oh wait, that'll be mid Chili Bowl.
Okay, so that would be a good episode then.
Something like that. It might be right after Chili Bowl. I've had 4 monsters right now, so
yeah. You can do that or kind of like a Chili Bowl watch party.
So yeah, 10th sounds great to me. Couple weeks off, relax, refresh, get ready for.
Yeah, I gotta get I'm gonna have my studio ready. I got all my stuff. Got a Christmas list made for a bunch of stuff, so I'll be set up here.
I'm sure I'll see Chris at some point in the next couple weeks or somehow.
Or if
I think you're coming to my house, aren't you?
Yeah.
Are you shooting for New Year's?
Yeah, your wife yelled at me today or yesterday about that.
Dan, if you need something to do New Year's Eve, if you don't have anywhere to go, I'm having a party at my house.
We're just gonna get in trouble for watching the shootout in your basement. Because
we'll have it on upstairs on the big TV.
We'll get banished to the basement.
No, that's where the party's at, is in the basement.
Oh, okay. Then we'll get banished to the upstairs. But yeah, before these guys eat me out of my bedroom here, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to anyone out there.
Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
What's the
whatever
one
holiday
from,
you celebrate?
What's the one from Seinfeld? Festivus.
Happy Kwanzaa, if that's what you celebrate.
But
all the holidays.
We're excited for what little dirt racing we're getting here in the wintertime, and then before you know it, it'll be March and we'll be going strong again.
I know we say the little bit we get, but literally like Chili Bowl is like
a week long. Tulsa's
one of the biggest. Tulsa and Chili Bowl are like the biggest races of the year, almost one of the biggest.
So yeah, thanks Dan again for joining us and then joining the podcast, and that's all I got.
Yeah, that's all I got too.
That's all I have. We will see everybody hopefully again, we're shooting for January 10th, Wednesday at 6 p.m. But for that is all we have for 2023 here on the FTI podcast. So we will see you all in the new year. Enjoy the racing this weekend and the Tulsa shootout.
See ya.
That's gonna be awesome. See ya.